Hey guys, today I am going to talk to you about My Yearbook of Blessings. Now, this book is a journal. So if you like to write or you want to get into writing or you just want to write down the blessings of God, this is the book for you. So why is it called My Yearbook of Blessings? Well, let me ask you a question. Has God ever answered a specific prayer for you, like real specific, that you know that if he answered it, well, not even that he answered it, but you know that if it happened, it had to be God, okay? Because that's exactly what you prayed for. That's what this book is for. This is for you to record those type of blessings and then the prayer that you prayed. So why a journal? Well, God has answered specific prayers for me before, so this is not new. But as I've gotten older, especially 2023, he was answering quite a few specific prayers that I was just feeling this urge, like, I really want to write this down. And then I got another urge, like, you really need to create something to write it in. And then you need to share it because God is in the blessing business for all of us. And maybe somebody would like something like this to keep track of the blessings of the Lord. Well, why do you want to keep track of the blessings of the Lord? Because sometimes we forget things. Sometimes we forget his goodness. We forget what he's done for us because we're on to the next thing. Let me give you an example. Say there is like this shirt. Say you're scrolling and you see this shirt. Oh my God, that shirt is so cute. It has the stripes. I want it. You order it, you get it, you wear it to all your functions. You wear it, it's nice, new, and shiny. But then you scroll and you see something else. And then you get that. And then you don't wear this anymore. You're on to the new thing. Then you're on to the new thing. And then you forget. You forget that you had this and you just forget that you had this. Kind of like me, I do a year in review every year on my blog post, Bernetta style. I do a year in review, and the year in review is mainly for me. It's mainly for me to go back and see all the cool things that I did in the year. A lot of times I forget. I go back and look at my January pictures, and that's how I do the year in review. And I'm like, oh my God, I travel here. I forgot I travel here. I met this person. I experienced this. And I'm like, oh my God. So that's kind of like this book, My Yearbook of Blessings, like my year in review. This is your year in review of all the blessings that God did for you, because he could bless you, but then something happens and you don't forgot about it. And then you're in a valley experience like, God, why are you not answering me? Or why are you taking so long? You need to go back and review. God has answered you quite a few times, okay? God has answered you quite a few times. So in the book, like I said, there's a section of how did God bless you? And then you write the specific prayer. So you can always know, okay, I remember I prayed for X, Y, Z, and God gave me X, Y, Z, not A, B, C. Also, in this book, I'm going to read the table of contents for you. There's a page of why is prayer so powerful? Who am I? Which means who are you now when you start the book? And what do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to become? What kind of person do you want to be in relationship with God, or just who do you want God to continue to help you become? What is my relationship with God? And then you start the journal of writing your blessings. At the end, there is a couple pages that says, what have I learned about God over the last year? And how have I grown in my prayer life? Look, if you fill up this book with all those prayers, however long it takes you, a year or more, oh, that means you've been praying. That means you've been praying. That means you've been talking to God. That means he's been talking to you, listening to you. So if you have filled up this book, oh yes, you're going to be a different person by the time that you finish this book, because that means you are strengthening your relationship with God. Let's talk about the power of writing things down. Now, one reason we write things down is to record them, right? Because then we can have a written record of things, not just our blessings, but just our goals, our to-do list, things we want to get out of our head. We have a written record so we can always go back. In this world, we're getting content thrown at us in every which way, and we can forget things. So it's easier if you write them down and have a place where you can always go back and put them. So that's one of the benefits of writing it down. Also, is a proven fact that if you have goals and you write them down, it's a high percentage that you're going to accomplish those goals versus if you just kept them in your head. Because if you write your goals down, hopefully you put them in a place that you can see them on a regular basis, and that continues to motivate you. You can check stuff off. Oh yeah, I need to do this. I need to do that. Versus if it's just in your head, again, it's easy to forget. So your blessings are not goals, but your blessings are just a written record of the things that God has blessed you with, but also it strengthens your faith. So these written blessings strengthens your faith and strengthens your relationship with God, because you can see all the times that he has heard you, he has answered you. So that's the benefit of writing down your blessings. So I just wanted to share, again, my yearbook of blessings, and share 2 quick stories about how this book came to be. 2 quick blessings. The first is my son. Last year, he was a senior, and if raise your hand if you are the parent of a senior or been the parent of a senior, it is a tough year. Well, he was accepted to many colleges, but the college that we chose, he did not have any scholarships for that particular college, but that's where he wanted to go. So although we had money saved for him for college, of course I didn't want to use it. I wanted to get scholarships. So I prayed and I was like, God, I don't want to spend a penny out of my checking account or his college fund. I want him to get scholarships. So we started filling out scholarships, but I also kept speaking. My son for freshman year will be paid $0 out of our pocket. I just kept speaking that and praying. And by the time he started school in the fall, his whole freshman year was covered with scholarships. And we didn't even have to use his college fund nor any money out of our checking account. And that was the first time I was like, oh my God, thank you. Like, you answered that. You answered that. You know, that was a big deal. That was a big deal, because literally he had 0 scholarships when we accepted to go to the school. And by the end, thousands. Okay. Like I said, he had rollover to his sophomore year. That's how that was a blessing. That was the first time I was like, I need to write this down because I don't ever want to forget it. This is a big one. So the second one is, I currently work for a firm. Yes, I have a full-time job. I currently work for a firm, and I have been working there 5 years, and I wanted to do something different. Now, I wanted to do something different over the past 3 years, but I would not get the positions that I applied for. I wouldn't even get an interview. It was just after I applied, email, we're going somebody else. They wouldn't even like screen me. So after, like I say, 2023, I was like, well, maybe I need to take my talents elsewhere. I really like this firm, but I am not going to keep continuing to apply and be rejected. So I prayed and I said, God, you know, I like this company. I like this firm. But this is what I want in a new position, staying here. I told him what I wanted in my teammates. I told him what I wanted in my job. And I said, you know what? Bring it to me. I don't want to look for it no more. I don't want to go in that database where you got to look at the job descriptions and apply. I don't. I'm tired. Can you just bring it to me? And I released it, went on about my business. A couple weeks later, my manager called and said, hey, somebody's asking me, do I know anybody that does XYZ? And I know that you have experience in doing this outside of the firm and you're very good at it. So would you be interested? And I'm like, yes, I would. I can do that because I do it now. I've been doing it for years. And yeah, I would definitely be interested in the position. So long story short, after going through about 4 interviews, they offered me the job. And what I learned is they had never even posted the position. When they asked my manager if they knew anybody who could do XYZ, he only sent that to me. And so I was like, when I found all that out, I'm like, oh my God, this is it. Like, this job literally came to me. That's nobody but God. Nobody but God. Because I work for a huge firm and you always got to go in there and look for jobs and post and apply. I did not have to do that. And I felt I was even bold enough to ask God to send it to me. You know, it's like, because I don't even want to look no more. And he did just that. And that was the second time that year that I was like, okay, God, you are coming through with the big blessings. So I'm going to write it down and I'm going to create the book, My Yearbook of Blessings, too. Because I'm believing for more other things as God always comes through. And I'm believing for other people to fill their book of blessings as well. So this is how this book came to be, My Yearbook of Blessings. If you want a copy of your own Yearbook of Blessings, then you can go to Amazon and look up My Yearbook of Blessings and author Bernetta Knighton, or you can go to yearbookofblessings.com and then you can get a copy. So the individual site is Yearbook of Blessings, but the book is called My Yearbook of Blessings on Amazon, okay? So if you want one for yourself, get it. If you want one for a friend, get it. I thank you in advance for your support. And all that I ask is that in the comments, I would love to hear some of the specific blessings that God, or the specific prayers that God has answered for you. I would love to hear some of those prayers that have been answered. God bless you. And I just pray that over the next year, whoever uses this book, and even if you don't, I pray, Lord God, that this year your relationship with God is strengthened and that He answers your prayers.